Euripides, the Trojan Women. Imagine stepping into the haunting aftermath of a great city's fall. The Trojan Women, by Euripides, throws us into the heart of a devastated Troy, laying bare the consequences of its defeat by the Greeks. In this compelling narrative, we break away from tales of heroic triumph, witnessing instead the bleak reality faced by the conquered. Euripides focuses on the women of Troy, Hecuba, Andromache, and Cassandra, each navigating their shattered world with resilience and strength. Through vivid portrayal, we are plunged into their experiences, as they grapple with loss, captivity, and the grim shadow of the victor's glory. This summary explores the inescapable brutality of war and its profound impact on the lives of those who often remain voiceless in heroic tales. Euripides challenges our perceptions, offering a sobering perspective on the true essence of war and the indomitable spirit that arises amidst despair.
Faces of War. Venture into the devastated landscape of Troy, a city laid low by the ravages of war and stripped of its past splendor. The aftermath of the Greek victory reveals not a scene of triumph, but a haunting silence amidst the ruins. The sturdy walls of Troy, once a testament to strength, are now mere fragments echoing tales of love and ruin. This image subverts the typical heroic narrative of ancient battles, offering no celebratory victories, only the dark shadows of conquest. In this eerie quietude, the surviving women of Troy, once nobles and citizens of high standing, find themselves stripped of status and security. Their new reality as captives portends a future marred by enslavement and despair. Grieving for their lost families and bracing for an uncertain fate at the hands of their conquerors, their presence is a stark testament to the true cost of war. Euripides masterfully exposes the grim consequences of conflict, where the battlefield's glory is overshadowed by widespread suffering and the shattering of civilian life. Through these battered streets and broken homes, the playwright dismantles any romanticized illusions of warfare. His narrative confronts the audience with the sobering aftermath: devastated cities, fractured societies, and displaced lives. The tale doesn't only recount the loss faced by soldiers but amplifies the voices of those left behind, bound to a life of servitude. In The Trojan Women, Euripides captures the intricate portrait of war's relentless impact, illustrating that the echoes of battle reach far beyond its physical wounds. As we journey deeper into the story, the strength of the human spirit bursts forth from the suffocating gloom. The women of Troy, even in their sorrow, exhibit a compelling resilience and bravery. Their narratives, steeped in hardship, offer a raw, authentic glimpse into the enduring human struggle in the face of adversity. Amid these stories emerges Hecuba, once a queen and now another victim of Troy's fall, embodying both the personal and collective anguish of her people. Her journey, like those of her companions, is a testament to the unyielding fortitude that thrives even as the fragments of a once mighty civilization lie scattered in ruin. Hecuba's triumph over adversity. Imagine waking from a dream of royalty to find it replaced by a nightmare of bondage. This is Hecuba's harsh new reality in the aftermath of war. Once a majestic queen, she now faces life as a slave, her world shattered by conflict. Her journey is a tale of immense loss and enduring strength. Despite the fall from the palace to the ruins, and the heart-wrenching grief for a lost husband and sons who sacrificed themselves for their city, Hecuba's spirit remains indomitable. Euripides presents more than just Hecuba's tragic fall, he unveils the layered facets of a woman who, amidst despair, becomes a pillar of fortitude. With her royal city reduced to ashes, and her people either lost or condemned to slavery, she finds purpose in leading and comforting her fellow Trojan women, becoming a symbol of hope and resilience. As the slave of triumphant Greeks, she faces an uncertain future, yet her resolve never falters. Despite losing all markers of freedom and dignity, Hecuba's courage shines brilliantly. Her strength is not in avoiding adversity, but in confronting it head-on. Euripides sketches a portrayal of resilience, recreating a narrative where, even in devastation, valor persists. Through Hecuba, we witness the profound truth that tragedy does not spare the noble, and yet, the human spirit can rise indefatigably. Her narrative is a testament to the power of survival and the courage that thrives even when faced with the harshest realities. It is a vivid reminder that true strength is often measured not by victories, but by the unwavering ability to endure and inspire amidst profound loss. Andromache's resilience. Step into Euripides' heart-wrenching tale of Andromache, the young widow of Trojan hero Hector. Her world, once filled with love and honor, has been shattered by war. Now, she stands on the brink of a new, terrifying reality, a life of servitude in Greek lands. As she grapples with her own grief, Andromache's fiercest challenge lies in protecting her son, Astyanax, the last heir of Troy, from the Greeks' ominous intentions to eliminate him. Andromache's transformation from esteemed wife and mother to a mere pawn of war is profound. Her motherhood weighs heavy, adding a poignant layer to her struggle as she fights to secure her son's safety in a hostile world that wishes to erase his existence. Through the relentless storm of adversity, Andromache's resilience shines. Her unyielding courage and commitment to her child command deep respect, even as she confronts unimaginable decisions. Euripides vividly captures her plight with raw, unvarnished honesty, uncovering war's brutal truth, not as a grand tale of heroism, but as an agonizing struggle for survival afflicting those left behind. Andromache's journey is a stark reminder of war's true casualties, marked not by valor but by the sacrifices demanded of the living. Despite faced with insurmountable odds and deep despair, Andromache's story speaks volumes about human resilience. Her strength becomes a beacon, illuminating the essence of courage, not in the triumphant defeat of enemies, but in enduring the unendurable and moving forward when hope seems lost. Her journey speaks to the indomitable spirit of the human heart, urging us to find strength in survival and determination in despair. Cassandra's prophetic madness. In the shadow of Troy's devastation, Cassandra emerges as a compelling figure of both tragedy and foresight. As a prophetess shackled by a gift nobody trusts, her visions of future calamities are deemed curses by those around her. Yet, she does not shrink from her destiny, instead, she steps into it with unsettling acceptance. Destined to become the bride of Agamemnon, the Greek king, Cassandra dons a bride's attire with a fervor that dances on the edge of madness. Her prophecies forecast her own grim demise and the downfall of her captors, yet they bring no solace to her grieving mother, Hecuba, whose pleas for restraint go unheard. Cassandra's acceptance of her fate and her embrace of foreboding visions vividly illustrate the damaging aftermath of war. While her behavior seems erratic, it unveils the endless cycle of vengeance and violence that arises from conflict. Through her, Euripides delves into the profound implications of this violence that perpetuates itself endlessly. Cassandra's ignored warnings and frenzied prophecies expose the paradox of triumphs won through warfare, questioning whether victory ever truly concludes conflict or merely plants the seeds for future battles. Her unsettling presence compels one to ponder whether the spoils of war are worth the unending hardship they spawn. Cassandra is more than a mythic seer lost to time, she personifies the haunting aftermath of Troy's ruin and embodies the disturbing cycle of vengeance. Her story provokes a timeless reflection on the brutal realities of war, revealing that supposed victories often yield only greater suffering. Cassandra's narrative, alongside the tales of Hecuba and Andromache, captures the bitter truth all too familiar to those ensnared in the tragedies of warfare, the unending consequences that shadow the triumphs of war. Through Cassandra, Euripides paints a vivid picture of how war relentlessly churns on, casting a long shadow over the lives irrevocably altered by its chaos. Her story stands as an enduring testament to the complex and sorrowful aftermath of conflict, resonating with truths that continue to echo through the ages. Forgotten voices of war. Euripides offers an unflinching portrayal of war's harsh aftermath, focusing on those often omitted from heroic tales, women and innocent civilians. Through their stories, the devastation of conflict is laid bare, with no sugarcoating, just stark truths and shattered lives. These women are not mere extensions of their male counterparts, they emerge as distinct personalities with their own hardships and strengths. While enduring pain and loss, they stand as resilient figures, not just as victims but as dignified survivors, bravely facing the war's brutal consequences. Euripides shifts the traditional narrative of war by emphasizing the perspectives of Troy's women, vividly portraying their grief, fear, and uncertainty alongside their indomitable spirit. They may lack control over their fates, yet they exhibit remarkable courage amid chaos. This uniquely feminine viewpoint enriches the war narrative, lending it a deep humanity and making the consequences even more personal and profound. Through Cassandra's prophecies and looming threats against Andromache's son, Euripides exposes the cyclical, self-perpetuating nature of war, driven by fear, revenge, and hatred. This endless cycle ensnares both victors and vanquished alike, critiquing war's senseless destruction and pointing to its enduring human cost, especially on those who had no part in its inception. Ultimately, the Trojan Women is not just the tale of a fallen city, it is a powerful critique of war's meaningless devastation. Euripides guides us through this unvarnished reality, revealing that the true cost of warfare extends beyond the battlefield, profoundly impacting the silent sufferers who remain in its destructive wake.
Through The Trojan Women, Euripides skillfully dismantles the glorified image of war, revealing its devastating aftermath on those who endure its consequences. The tales of Hecuba, Andromache, and Cassandra compel us to confront the harsh reality faced by the vanquished. These women, rendered powerless in a patriarchal world, showcase unwavering courage. Their stories underscore the senseless destruction and cyclical nature of violence perpetuated by war, raising questions about its true cost. Euripides emphasizes not only the physical destruction but also the enduring emotional scars borne by the innocent. By centering the narrative on female experiences, he shifts the focus to personal resilience amid overwhelming trials. The timeless message of The Trojan Women warns of the futile cycle of vengeance and showcases the strength inherent in survival, urging us to reflect on the true price of conflict, a lesson as relevant today as it was in ancient times.